Ahoy mateys, it's Dazzling Latte and welcome back to Tailor Tales! Okay, we're ready to start a new chapter. Within a couple of days, Dimitri has shipped all of his belongings from his parents' house to mine. The once empty spare bedroom now looks like a boy's room. I helped with the moving, although Dimitri kept taking boxes off my hands and carrying it himself, saying that I don't need to trouble myself. Dimitri's first night was mostly spent unpacking his things and then collapsing from exhaustion. The next day, he went to his college and it wasn't as weird as I thought it would be. What with everything going on, Dimitri hasn't had the time yet to show off his cooking skills. I'll admit, I'm really looking forward to home-cooked meals from Dimitri. I remember the last time I saw him, we were making a cake together, and he was so precise about everything. It was kind of amazing. I'm sure that even when it's not a cake, whatever Dimitri will make will be gold. Tomorrow will be the official opening of my store, so I want to celebrate it with Sarah and Dimitri tonight. I asked Dimitri if he could cook for me, and he said he'd gladly do so. Later that evening, Sarah finally drops by. Hi! She greets me at the front entrance. Hey, Sarah, come on in. Sarah sniffs the air. It makes a delightful noise. Ah! What's that smell? It's delicious. I grin at her and nod my head in agreement. I know, it's Dimitri's cooking. Cat boy? She asks. He can cook? Most definitely he can. He cleans too. Puddles. Did you hire yourself a live-in maid? I blink at Sarah. She does make a good point there. In exchange for getting to live here cheaply, Dimitri is supposed to help with household chores such as cleaning and cooking. When I put it in those terms, I guess it does sound like a live-in maid. I shake my head. No, don't be silly. I get money from him, not the other way around. That only makes it sound like you're exploiting him instead. Shut up and come inside. Be nice to Dimitri. Sarah and I make our way inside and enter the living room. Dimitri greets us holding a wooden spoon in one hand, still in the middle of cooking. Good evening, Sarah, he greets her politely. Cat boy, she replies as usual. Dimitri gives her a wry smile, and he looks over at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, as if he's asking me if Sarah really does hate him. I sigh loudly. Okay, apologize for Sarah's behavior, tell Sarah to quit it with the nicknames. Kind? Sorry about it, Sarah. She's just jealous you're my roommate now and not her. What? I am not. Sarah quickly denies. Dimitri simply chuckles in response. But we'll see if you're a better roommate for her than I am, Sarah mumbles menacingly. I roll my eyes. That's really the only thing she cares about, isn't it? She's jealous Dimitri is my roommate. I simply wanted both of them to get along. Anyways, dinner will be served shortly. Please have a seat, Dimitri announces. Well, you don't have to ask. Well, you don't have to tell me twice. Me and Sarah sit at the dining table and wait our dinner. It really does smell nice in my house right now. All I did was ask Dimitri to cook a nice dinner for us to celebrate the opening day tomorrow. I gave him some money and he did everything all by himself. It's only his second day here as well, and yet he's familiarized himself pretty well. It's a little impressive the way he's so put together and takes charge. I have to say, I never expected this from Dimitri, who always seemed so meek and reserved back when he was younger. I guess he became a little more reliable now that he's older. Finally, Dimitri comes walking into the dining room with 2 plates in his hands. "For you, my lady," says Dimitri as he places the plate in front of me. I laugh at him. "You're going to dress me as lady now?" Dimitri looks a bit sheepish. "Well, you are the lady of the house. You get first dibs." "Yeah, well, I want next dibs. Give me. I'm starving," Sarah interjects. As Dimitri serves Sarah and himself, I finally get to look at the amazing dish in front of me. It's super fancy. It looks like it's been made by an expert. There's a large chunk of steak covered in a red sauce. Oh, some green asparagus and roasted potatoes. Oh my gosh, that sounds delicious. He even splattered some of the sauce around the plate to create the image of a bow. Oh, that's cute. It smells as delicious as it looks. But most importantly, what do they teach him in baking class? Isn't he supposed to learn how to bake pastries? This is like getting dinner at a 5-star restaurant. "Dimitri, this is amazing," I say in wonder. Dimitri finally sits down as well. Well, you did say you wanted to celebrate something," Dimitri says with a small chuckle. I thought you were majoring in baking," I asked him. "Oh, I am. Please don't think I'm some professional sous chef or anything like that. I followed a strict recipe to get this result." He closes his eyes and mumbles, "I was trying to impress you, maybe." "Ah, thanks for going all out then." But the important question is, does it taste good? Sarah points out. She really wants to rain on his parade, doesn't she? I take my knife and slowly cut the first piece off my steak, and bring the slightly rare flesh towards my mouth. This is good. Seeing my delighted face, Dimitri lets out a relieved sounding sigh. Like he's been on guard all this time. Maybe he's been really anxious about getting this meal perfect. "Dimitri, please don't tell me you're going to cook like this every single time," I ask, sounding perhaps a tad bit too hopeful. Dimitri nervously shakes his head. "I don't think I'd be able to handle that kind of stress." He takes in a deep breath. "No, this is a special occasion. My cooking skills are actually pretty mediocre." He's trying to downplay his own skills. There in no way is this mediocre. Dimitri is way too modest. "Okay, fine. You win this round," Sarah says begrudgingly. "I will admit I can only cook ramen." Sarah, it's not a competition. It is. Dimitri simply chuckles at Sarah, enjoying himself. Then there's a smug smile on his face for the briefest moment. I guess I win. Dimitri, he's feeling Sarah's fire. I can't believe these two just don't get along. I sigh heavily as I try to enjoy Dimitri's meal. Later that night, we're all finished and cleaning up. Sarah has to go home. Now, just because I'm gone doesn't mean you could suddenly put the moves on Puddles. She warns Dimitri. Dimitri stands there with the towel in his hand, mouth dropping open in complete and utter shock. Sarah, it's just Dimitri. He's not going to do anything. Nothing's going to happen. He's my ex's little brother, for God's sake. You hear that? Sarah says. Sarah's smirking. Little brother, she says while stressing the words. Dimitri huffs. Isn't it bedtime for you now? He responds, narrowing his eyes at Sarah. It's like I'm in the middle of a war with these two. I rub my head and furrow my eyebrows. Yes, children should be in bed by now, no? Puddles, why don't you tuck them in? I have a better idea. Why don't I kick you out? I grumble as I start pushing Sarah out towards the door, back door. Alright. Good luck with the opening tomorrow. Let me know how it goes, okay? Good night. Sarah finally bids her goodnights and leaves. I head back to the kitchen to see Dimitri drying the dishes. It's nice to have someone cook for me and also clean up after themselves. I'm usually too tired to do the dishes after cooking. I stand next to Dimitri holding a towel in my hand as well, and I quietly take a soapy plate from the drying rack and dry it off. Dimitri stops for a second to look at me and then silently continues. It seems Sarah actually does have an issue with you, I decide to say. I hope he doesn't hate her. She's my best friend after all. That much was obvious. I think she means well, it's how she shows affection. She has a funny way of showing that. Agreed. She tends to bully the ones she loves. Well, that isn't like the best, approach. It kind of sends mixed signals, wouldn't you say? She has definitely teased me a lot during college as well. Or whenever we were doing one of her photo shoots, she'd mercilessly tease me about looking good on camera. I guess I wouldn't mind being bullied a little by the person I love, Dimitri says softly with a slight shrug of his shoulders. My eyes dart over towards him, curiosity sparking inside of me. Is he perhaps? Oh, don't tell me you're a masochist. Dimitri drops the glass he was holding and splashes back into the sink filled with water. He quickly whips his head to face me, eyes wide in shock. What? His voice squeaks. Slowly, he starts to blush as well. I'm not, he grumbles. I laugh at him, playfully tapping his arm with my hand. Relax, I meant personality-wise. You're the kind that enjoys it when you get teased by friends, no? Dimitri lets out a nervous chuckle. I guess so. I mean, probably less with friends. I was thinking... He looks at me. If it was a girl I like. Speaking of liking people, that reminds me, does Dimitri have a girlfriend right now? I can't imagine she'd be okay with him moving in with me. Hey Dimitri, are you in a relationship at the moment? He silently picks up the glass he drops and starts drying it off again. He says nothing. Oh, he's turning red. Why do you want to know? Well, I'm curious if you have a girlfriend or not, I answer honestly. Beneath the long plucks of hair, I can see that his ears are also burning red. That's cute, he's so embarrassed. No, he says in a deep voice. I do not. In any case, I breathe a sigh of relief. Good, I say. Dimitri looks confused, but there's also a slight smile on his face. Why is that good? I figured if you had a girlfriend, she wouldn't exactly be okay with you moving in with me. I know I would get really jealous. Oh, he presses his lips into a thin line. No, you don't need to worry about that. He gives me a smile. I'm single. Maybe Dimitri has never been in a relationship before. That could also be a possibility. I'm not about to ask, though. That's a bit of an awkward question to pose. Well, I mean, this one was kind of awkward, too. Like, just saying, that kind of, sends a bit of a signal. But again, Dimitri has grown into his looks. I can imagine the girls his age would find him handsome and want to date him. Besides, he's sweet and can cook a lovely meal. Definitely boyfriend material. Don't worry, I give him a grin. I'm sure you'll find someone eventually. And I'm sure you will too. I feel myself turning bashful all of a sudden. I haven't been in another relationship since Alex. I've been on dates and such, but I felt myself keeping a distance from them. For some reason, there was this barrier I created that I couldn't overcome and turn those dates into a relationship. And as soon as they did something suspicious, like texting someone while on a date with me, I'd end it right then and there. I wasn't able to trust them. I mean, honestly, yeah, cause like you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. I muse out loud. I'm not so sure. Dimitri places its towel down on the counter and turns to me with sincere eyes. What do you mean by that? I can't quite formulate my own thoughts. I wonder how much Dimitri even knows about my breakup with Alex. I don't know. It's just, I pause to think. I find men harder to trust now. Oh, Dimitri says, realizing what I mean. I guess that makes sense with what happened. Trusting Alex and then finding out he had been cheating on me for a while, it was quite a shock. A shock I'm still healing from, to be honest. I definitely do not have any feelings towards Alex anymore. He can go down in a river for all I care. But he's left me behind with some emotional scars. There are still good guys out there. I hope you still give them a chance, says Dimitri with a serious look in his eyes. Not everyone will ruin your trust. I give him a sad smile. I know. Plenty of efficiency, right? He nods at me. Right. Now that we finally broached this subject, I may as well ask how much Dimitri knows about what happened 3 years ago. Do you even know what happened between me and your brother? Dimitri nods and picks up a towel again to start drying off the last glass. I don't know the exact details, but I could piece some things together. When you wrote in big bold letters the word cheater on his car. Wait, what? Sorry? There was the word cheater painted in white on Alex's car a few days after my birthday. I turned bright red. That wasn't me, I immediately corrected him. That must have been Sarah. Oh god, I didn't realize she did that. I remember Sarah calling for acts of revenge after she found out about what happened. And one day she came back to the dorms pretty late with a satisfied smile on her face. She wouldn't tell me what she did, no matter how many times I asked her. Only that he got what he deserved. She said she'd get revenge on him. I didn't realize this is what she meant. It was pretty funny. I took a picture of it. He was scrubbing the paint off for days. Dimitri chuckles. I can't help but give him a wry smile as well. Good. At least he suffered a little. I should probably thank Sarah for being an awesome friend the next time I see her. Dimitri suddenly looks dejected. Is this why Sarah dislikes me? Because I'm Alexander's brother? He makes a good point. While Sarah was already wary of him when he was dressed up in a cat costume, she became even more antagonistic towards him when she found out it was Alex's brother. I'm not sure, maybe, but she doesn't really dislike you. Or at least I think she doesn't dislike him. She seems to be having— oh gosh, how do I go back? No, that's not what I want. Okay, at least she doesn't seem to dislike him. I can't— how do I go back? Oops. I don't care if Sarah does, as long as you're the one that doesn't dislike me because of my brother. I raised my eyebrows in surprise. No, I can never. Dimitri has been so sweet to me. Of course, I wouldn't dislike him due to what happened with Alex. I mean, sometimes when I look at him, it reminds me of Alex since they look alike. But I could never hate him. You're too cute to hate. Relax, you're nothing like Alex. Oh my gosh! I feel like this was way too— like, this is a nice conversation. We're gonna be kind. Relax. You're nothing like Alex. I couldn't hate you even if I tried, I'd say sincerely. Dimitri's lips curl into a really cute smile. I love seeing that dimple of his. Thanks, he says, sounding relieved. I take that as a compliment then. Besides, I wouldn't have invited you to come live with me if I disliked you, I point out. He lets out a tiny chuckle, his broad shoulders twitching in response. True enough, I suppose. I'm still in a bit of disbelief that I'm living here right now. I woke up today thinking, am I really here? I look over at Dimitri, and I guess it is a little weird still that now I'm living together with him as roommates. But standing here next to him, doing the dishes, talking to each other like this, I actually feel quite at home with him. I'm a bit surprised myself for offering you a place to stay, but I can't say I regret this. I lift up one of the clean plates and look at myself in its reflection with a smile. I mean, I've got a sweet guy making dinner for me. What's not to like? Ah, Dimitri bashfully looks away, and I could see his ears turning pink again. He blushes so easily. I'll try to cook you many dinners, he exclaims, looking at me again with that adorable smile of his. And I hope I'm able to try many of his dishes. Okay, so that's the end of the chapter? Okay. So that is the end of the episode, right? That is the end of the episode. So for now I have to go, but until the next time, smooth sailing to you and your pirate crew.